First thing I saw was Foolio laid up. I thought it was a car until I looked up, saw the bullet holes, and I saw Zay covered in blood yellow.
Tears filled the room as Theo's cousin tried to speak, struggling to describe those last painful moments. His voice cracked when he shared what Theo said right before he fell to the ground. His words made everyone go silent. But what he admitted afterward shocked every person there. Even the judge sat frozen in disbelief. The sadness in the room was so heavy that no one dared to breathe. It was a moment no one who witnessed it would ever forget. This was a day filled with real emotion and shocking facts about a murder that had captured the whole country's attention. People everywhere had been talking about gang violence, the drill rap scene, and the tragic results of a feud that had been going on for more than 10 years in the streets of Jacksonville, Florida. The person speaking was Norris, the cousin of the rapper Julio Foolio, whose real name was Charles Andrew Jones too. Norris wasn't just telling a story, he was one of the people who survived the attack. He was there in the black Dodge Charger on June 23, 2024, when masked attackers suddenly appeared in the dark parking lot of a Tampa hotel and opened fire. He saw everything. He saw his cousin, his family, his friend, during those final, terrifying moments when chaos took over and lives were changed forever. More than a year later, Norris was forced to relive every moment of that terrible night in front of everyone watching. His voice shook as he tried to speak, and it was clear this wasn't going to be a calm or emotionless story. It was going to hurt. He explained how he, Theo, and others were in a Dodge Charger after a night of celebrating Theo's 26th birthday, a night that was supposed to be fun and full of happiness, but instead turned into the night that took Theo's life forever.
So you fell asleep after that, after he came back to the car, or you started dozing? Okay. Do you remember being woken up at some point when you woke up?
When the car hit, I don't remember exactly what it hit, but the car hit something.
In those first few seconds, everything was confusing and terrifying. Norris explained that he woke up suddenly, still half asleep, and his first thought was that they had been in a car crash. His mind tried to make sense of it, searching for a simple explanation. But as he fully woke up, the truth hit him hard. When he looked around, he didn't see another car or signs of a small accident. He saw bullet holes everywhere. Not just a few, but so many that the car looked like it had been attacked in a war. He barely had time to understand what had happened to his cousin because the sight in front of him showed that this was something far worse than anything he could have imagined. The truth started to become clear. This was no accident. They had been attacked on purpose. Someone had planned this and waited for the right moment to strike, wanting to take their lives. Then Norris noticed the driver, Xavier Zake Edwards, who also survived. He was covered in blood and screaming, showing just how terrifying and real the situation had become.
Xavier Edwards?
Yes.
You saw him covered in blood?
Yes.
All right, so let me talk to you about Xavier Edwards. I don't know if we talked about him yet. So Xavier Edwards was also there at the clubs with you all?
Yes.
And he was driving the Dodge Charger coming from the clubs to the hotel?
Blood covered Edwards, and the panic of the moment showed just how terrifying everything was. Even though he had been shot in the arm and shoulder, he was still awake, trying to understand what was going on and fighting to stay alive.
Saying anything at that point?
Yes, he was yelling.
What was he yelling? And you can say exactly what he said.
He was like yelling like.
As he continued talking, the full picture of what happened that night became clearer. Norris shared an important detail that showed how close he came to dying too, and how the bullets hit anyone in their path without warning or care. He had been lying on his side, asleep and completely helpless when the gunfire began. In that moment, a bullet hit him in the arm near his shoulder. When asked if he still has a scar from it, he quietly said yes. That scar isn't just on his skin, it's a reminder of that horrible night, a mark that takes him right back to the fear and chaos in the parking lot whenever he sees it. Every time Norris sees that scar, when he changes his clothes or someone asks about it, he is taken right back to that terrifying night. When he was asked if the photos shown were of him in the hospital, it became too much for him. Seeing himself hurt and helpless brought all the memories rushing back. He couldn't hold in his emotions any longer and broke down crying. The judge noticed he needed a moment to calm down, so a short break was called and the jury was asked to leave the room. As Norris sat there wiping his tears and trying to steady himself, he showed the real pain and human cost behind gang violence, pain that never truly goes away. Norris wasn't just someone telling a story. He was a young man who watched his cousin die and almost lost his own life too, carrying scars on his body and in his heart that will never disappear. What happened that night didn't come out of nowhere. It was the result of years of growing violence, a long-running gang feud that had taken many lives and was made even worse by drill rap and social media. To understand why Norris's words were so heartbreaking, we need to look at Foolio's life and the rivalry that eventually led to his death. It all traces back to what happened in 2023 and beyond. The attack on June 23, 2024 wasn't random. It was planned ahead of time, a targeted ambush set up with the goal of killing. To understand what happened that night, you have to know about the planning that came before the shooting. Surveillance video showed the final hours of Fio's life clearly. He arrived at a hotel in Tampa around 4:30 in the morning, wearing a red cap and adjusting his shorts as he walked in to ask about a room. He had been celebrating his 26th birthday, performing at clubs and enjoying his night. His hotel reservation had already been given away because they got there late, so he was trying to figure out where they would stay. What he didn't know was that people were watching him and tracking his location. In the video, time speeds up, and then another vehicle enters the screen. The narrator explained calmly that this wasn't just any car, it was the group sent to attack. They had come all the way from Jacksonville to Tampa for one reason: to kill Foolio. The attackers moved carefully, showing they knew exactly what they were doing. They drove around the far side of the hotel to avoid being seen by Foolio and his friends. This wasn't a sudden decision, it was planned and carried out with purpose. As the video played, another car appeared, a Nissan Altima driven by one of Foolio's friends, Taffa McCrae, with his girlfriend, Arlia Albert-Tun. They went inside the hotel to use the restroom, unaware of the danger nearby. While they were inside, another friend, Kamaya Bentley, took the driver's seat, and she would later survive a gunshot wound to her arm. The tension in the room built as the video inched closer to the moment everything would change. The narrator said they were now only seconds away from the attack on the Charger, seconds away from the moment Foolio's life would end. Even though he had no idea, the video showed a Chevy Cruze from the attackers moving into place, and then the shooting began. One gunman with an automatic Glock could be seen in the corner of the screen. Xavier Edwards, who was driving the Dodge Charger, tried desperately to get them away and save everyone in the car. A surprising piece of evidence came from a Tesla parked nearby with its security cameras running. The Tesla captured clear footage of a third shooter running behind cars and taking position near a yellow vehicle, showing exactly how the ambush was planned and set up. Later images of the Charger at the police impound lot showed yellow stickers everywhere, marking where bullets hit, on the hood, the doors, the windows, almost every surface. It was clear this wasn't a quick or random attack but a burst of gunfire meant to kill everyone inside. The final explanation from the narrator was chilling. The attackers moved with speed, power, and a huge amount of fire. Not just one shooter, but three of the attackers were using powerful rifles and a fully automatic Glock 19, weapons made to cause serious destruction. Sadly, there will be more people like Vandir Norris in the future, people who will have to sit and talk about the worst moments of their lives, memories they will never forget. Norris's story shows the true pain and fear caused by this violence, far beyond what headlines or rumors ever show.